Hey there, welcome back to this week's episode of Finance Fridays. I'm your host, Lucas Bolahood, Realtor with Coldwell Banker RMR Real Estate and the Bolahood Group, and I'm joined by my esteemed colleague with RBC, Alexandra Jobb. Alex, how are you doing this week?
Oh, I could be better. We've got headline news today to announce. Unfortunate news with Bank of Canada making an announcement this morning, a 25 base point increase. I'm sure you heard that.
Yeah, this is we're recording here on Wednesday, June 7th, and that was just so happened to line up with the latest announcement with the Bank of Canada, and that they will be raising the prime rates by 25 points up to 4.75%, and that's essentially what everything trickles down to your world, Alex, and how RBC bases some of their pricing from when they're lending out mortgages, right?
Right. So prime was currently 6.7%, and now will be 6.95. So I feel so bad for our clients. Like, we've got these clients that have variable rate mortgages, your payments automatically adjusted for that. So many clients, as we saw those rates raise throughout the year, they hit their trigger rates. So that means that they're really just paying interest only and trying to carry their debt, but not making principal payments. So many people are in that scenario. And now their payments will go up a little bit. And then, lines of credit, clients use secured lines of credit or even unsecured lines of credit for a lot of things, home renovations, investments. I was even thinking of the scenario of clients sometimes have to leverage equity and borrow when it comes to putting their kids through school, right? So much of that is impacted with these interest rate hikes, and it is unfortunate, but this is just this crazy market that we're in. I know it's been very busy with demand and shortage of supply, and I know, Luke, you're going to speak more to that because you've got the May numbers today, right?
Yeah, we got those the other day. Just I think it was maybe Friday. Those came out, but heck, it's the weekend was a bit of a blur for me, so maybe it was on Monday. Anyway, yeah, we did get those numbers in the last couple of days, and we are dealing with the supply issue. I think, like with talking about the Bank of Canada and controlling interest rates, it's a lagging control measure for inflation. And as inflation rises, the Bank of Canada raises rates to try and discourage consumer spending. And by raising rates, they're trying to, price people out of maybe buying a home in a certain price range,
Mhm.
a certain marketplace. So they're trying to slow down borrowing, and to try and, again, control the rate of inflation. So we went through 10 straight months, I believe it was, of rising rates in 2022. That had a big impact on the market in terms of, the downward pressure on pricing. And as things turned over to 2023, I think they announced it was February, they decided they weren't going to raise rates anymore. And then sort of since then, it's really taken off. And we've seen month over month, pretty well a 3% increase in the average price month over month from the start of the year. And we're now, and just as May concluded, we're up to 988,000 and $644 on average. Now, this time last year in May, the
Mhm.
average price was 995,000. So we're down not even whole percentage point here,
Okay.
with respect to where we were last year value wise. And part of that is because of a supply issue. We're down to 1 month of inventory and just over 1,000 listings available to start June. And we eclipsed 1,000 sales, almost 1,100 at 1,067 sales this past month as well. So demand is so high, and the supply available, whether it's in resale or new construction, it's just not available right now to meet the demand. And that's going to continue to push prices up.
Right.
So long as rate, and even though rates did go up today, that's not going to really hit the buyers' hands until the fall, because we've got people that are on that 90 or 120-day rate hold previously,
Mhm.
that are currently shopping. Then they're gonna be able to have a little bit more borrowing power or buying power right
Mhm.
now for the next few months until those buyers do secure a home. So
And it
it's
will
it's going to keep things competitive.
it will be interesting to see. So that we're talking prime, and then that's impacting immediately variable products, right? That's on the variable prime
Yeah,
spectrum.
because that's what you're playing off of. Yeah.
Fixed pricing. Now, usually it used to go like kind of hand in hand. Our fixed pricing did have a little bit of changes last week. So I don't know if that was in advance in anticipation that prime was going to increase, but will we see fixed prices start to climb a little bit in the meantime too? Because, you know, there are still good options out there. You're looking between like low fives to, depending on the term, even 6% if you're going into a fixed rate. So we'll see if those change anymore. I know we were pricing, you know, there was a lot of competition pricing under 5% recently in the spring market. It was out there and available, and everyone's kind of tightening up right now. So we'll see what happens and see how if it does impact volumes.
Yeah, it certainly may, and we'll wait and see how that plays out. We don't have a crystal ball, as they say, to be able to tell into the future. And if we did, we'd certainly be in a different setting right now on an island somewhere, because we might have played the stock market or something like that, of course, but hit the lottery. But anyway, you know, I think in terms of people out in the market right now, you know, if they're looking to buy a home, they should expect to be in a lot of competition. The majority of the
What
marketplace
it is.
right now in Durham region is underpricing the property and holding offers, kind of like a flashback to 2021, where that was essentially the regular practice. So, you know, homeowners have come to expect that if they use this approach, they're going to receive multiple offers and be able to, you know, bid those buyers against each other, or, you know, put them against each other and hopefully raise the value of their
It's
home
really,
that they end up getting. So
that's what's
that's
happening.
that's what you need to be prepared for. I mean, and if you're a buyer right now, we've talked about this. We've beaten this to a pulp. Essentially, you know, is having that line that you're willing to go to for the home,
Mhm.
where you don't want to have the buyer's remorse, thinking, "Oh, I paid too much." But you know what? Frankly, if someone were to pay another dollar more than that particular number that I've established, they can have it. So you kind of need to have that mindset going in
Yeah.
where you're informed about what's going on in the market. But a couple other things that you need to have if you're going to be successful right now, in these multi-offer bidding situations is, you know, you need to have your pre-approval and have a copy of that mortgage pre-approval letter that you can share with the homeowner, with their agent, certainly if they request it as well. And you know, a lot of the feeling that comes out in these situations that the highest offer is the best offer. That's not always true.
Yeah, good.
You know, right? And you know, having a strong deposit is a reflection of confidence, you know, from the homeowner that you know that you will close on the transaction.
Mhm.
You know, so having a strong deposit is certainly helpful when you're talking about using a equity line of credit, you know, and how this rate change is going to affect them. It's a very common practice. You're going to pull equity out of your home so you have access to some funds. You know, 5% is a minimum that we generally suggest, but bigger is usually stronger reflection in the offer itself. But that, you know, that's going to have an impact on things here too. So
Mhm.
having a strong deposit is a big factor here. You know, tugging on heartstrings and writing a letter to the seller can be an effective approach. Not everyone is receptive to that, but it can have an impact in making an impression with the seller, so your offer does stand out a little bit more.
Right.
Right, so you're trying to make a good impression that way. Not to say they're going to give you a discount or anything like that, but you're trying to get, you know, get in front of the sellers, get the attention, because if there's two offers that are really similar, that could be the difference in you getting the home or not. So that can have an impact as well. And, you know, being flexible and trying to work with the seller's terms as best as you can. If they've got a certain closing or a certain aspect that they want to have, you know, want included in the agreement of purchase and sale, that you're going to try to work with those factors as best you can. And those are going to put you in the best position possible to be successful, again, when you're in competition. You know, I've got several instances in the past number of weeks where we've run into, you know, double digit, you know, competing offers and missing out only over a couple of $1,000s, and, you know,
Really.
thinking, oh, and then it's like, oh, darn, had we gone that extra little bit, we
Yeah.
might have got that property. So really understanding what the values in the area are, you know, trusting the advice of the expert the realtor you're working with is important, because they've got insight to those things. They should have an idea. They will give you the information so you can make a decision on
Mhm.
where you'd be willing to go based on what else is out there. Because when they're putting a $899 price tag on a 4-bedroom, 4-bathroom home and they're leaving it on the market, it's on the market for 5 days. 10 offers might come in and it's going to sell in that million, 1 million, 2 range maybe, or more, depending on where you are and where it's located, all those kind of things too. So the price tag is not reflective right now of what its market value is. You really need to understand what is going on with
A little
respect to
misleading.
comparable properties.
A little misleading when you're just cruising on MLS and looking at the sticker price, because you've really got to do your due diligence there with your real estate agent about what comparables are as prices are on the rise. But let's see
Yeah,
how this rate increase will impact the market, if any at all. Right. I just,
yeah.
I don't know that it will put a huge slowdown, but it does affect other areas for clients that are homeowners, existing homeowners. They just won't have that extra money. It's going to be used towards their borrowing costs if they're on variable segments. And I don't know. We'll see how it rolls out.
Now, there may be scenarios where someone has and this, I think we've seen this in the last few years, folks where their mortgages come up for renewal and the numbers don't work. I don't think they can afford their property anymore based on the rate. So then they have to sell and maybe downsize into something more affordable. Like, those things happen too. It is a very unfortunate thing that, is hit pretty hard by all of us. We own property and we've got bills to pay and all these, increases to our carrying costs and just our cost of daily living impact us all. So it's a challenging time we're in at the moment, but it's not a doom and gloom situation here. It's just the way the market is at the moment. It is a cycle. It goes up, it goes down, it flatlines. It does change. So we've been on an upward trajectory here for the last several months to start 2023. We're halfway through it now, and it seems like the government is stepping in here to try and
Totally
slow
stepping
down
in.
that rate of increase that we've been on. So
So if
it seems to be the case right now.
any clients need to understand the market, you need to talk to Luke about, what's going on for your specific situation, your home, or what you're looking for. And I think it's really important for clients to connect with me if they need advice in regards to, what term to get into, or how do we consolidate things to make it a little bit easier for you financially. If you've got that higher interest debt, maybe we're putting a solution together. So reach out anytime in both these areas.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely, and I appreciate that, Alex. One of the big things that we do in real estate is we build relationships, we solve problems, and we
Yeah.
have fun while we're doing it. So if you've got a problem that you've got going on, well, we've got the relationships to help leverage those situations and try and find a solution that works for you. So that's what we're here for. Well, Alex, thanks so much for joining me today and taking the time out of your Wednesday here. I hope you can get outside a little bit and enjoy some of the sunshine. But nonetheless, thank you so much for viewing this video this week, folks, and have a lovely start to your summer here, and we'll be with you again soon. And don't forget, you'll find our contact information at the end of this video. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, all those good things. So until next time, bye for now.
Bye.